押して。はいはい。だが、シャドウを任したルーキー。仕事中だボケナス。この店のルールは俺が決めるんだよ、主戦。
ひらみちゃん、アレンジお願い。はーい。もう生ビールが入ってるんですよ。
オーナーに話してみるよ。まだ雇うって決めたわけじゃないからな。敵はどうした？見つけたら教えろ。オーリーやりてえならガムテしちゃできねえぞ。なんで沖縄に来たんだ？死んだから。からはカナダでも滑らなくなったから。久しぶりに板に乗ったら今は楽しいんだ。初めてウォーリー決めた感想はすっげー。
What's up, Shantastic Game? A little bit of this. Okay, welcome back to another BL anime, okay, where we talk about Skate to the Infinity. Even though this is a sports anime, it's still BL to me because Langa and his friend, as the community, the old school community like to call it, is that your friend or your roommate? So we're slowly developing the relationship between Langa and Reki, and I'm pretty sure that we already know they're going to end up together because y'all was already in my comments letting me know that it's always going to be Langa and Reki, okay, period. So the synopsis of this episode says, Langa winning the beef against Shadow turns out to be experienced in snowboarding as he gains attention in the S community as the mysterious rookie. Langa wants to feel the tingling sensations felt during the beef again and decides to learn skating from Reki. Langa is bewildered with the differences from snowboarding, but thanks to Reki, he learns of the fun of skating and the infinite possibilities. So I like to look at this episode as well as like self-discovery for Langa because he's realizing that he has feelings for Reki, and he's like feeling it through the thoughts of, well, I wouldn't necessarily say feelings. I would just say like he's a transfer student. So he's loving being accepted by Reki, and he's using skateboarding to a certain level to be accepted. And that was his actual first way in like finding his way into a job. But I like to also talk about in this episode where Langa's heart was beating like really fast or particular, like when Reki was teaching him or when he was going through the experience with Reki. So I think that's like examples of him realizing that he has more than just skating feelings for Reki. He actually likes Reki, maybe potentially at this point as a friend, but it's definitely more feelings there besides just looking for a job and skating or being friends with a new transfer student. We also find out that Reki is from Canada, I believe. And can I be honest? I didn't know that that he beat Shadow like until like they finally revealed it in this episode. So maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't notice until this episode because I believe it was a cliffhanger in the last one, right? And then we seen like a whole different side of Shadow. Like Shadow works inside a flower shop, and he's like technically like the nicest person ever until he like gets into the S community or gets into like the skating rink competition or skating grounds. I don't want to say rink, but grounds competition. And can we talk about the parallels between Langa being really good at snowboarding but like terrible at skating, and how he pulled off a Hail Mary in order to defeat Shadow, you know, in this episode? Well, the previous episode. I don't know, something about him just had some type of courage and star power for him to miraculously do those tricks and things in the episode. But finding out like, especially even starting off this episode with him getting on the board trying to duct tape his feet together, like no proper skating technique, was probably like mind blowing to Reki, because it's like, how did you beat this person that I can't beat, but you want to tape your feet to the skateboard? And Reki even said in this episode, he said, I would rather my feet be free than, like, they have opposite parallels basically with Langa knowing a lot of things about snowboarding. I think Langa said he was in snowboarding for at least 15 years, like most of his life. And Reki was like, wow, like I couldn't imagine, you know, having that much training inside of that, but it probably takes that much amount of training in skateboarding, you know, to do that. And they also talk about working on ollies and different tricks while skating. And Langa busts his ass a whole bunch of times in this episode, almost to the point that I almost got tired of seeing him fall. But it really did do something to me, and I felt the emotions, and I wanted to celebrate Langa just as well as he celebrated doing the ollie at the end of the episode. It was amazing. I think the animation is kind of cool, but like when they really want to hit a certain point and make the audience feel a certain type of way, they really step up the animation. Like the animation compared to when he finally did the ollie, compared to the rest of the episode, they really wanted to make a moment. Also, Langa finally did get his job at the flower shop after they went back in bed because he was so boring in the interview, which I can relate to. Because why are we here? You know I need money and I'm in school, so like, what else is there more for me to say? You either gonna give me the job or not. You already seen my resume. What's the point? And yes, I do understand the point of courting somebody through the interview process, but still, like, come on. Also in this episode, we also found out that Langa's dad passed away when he was young, and he hasn't snowboarded since his father passed away. And that's why they ended up moving to where Langa and Reki are now. And I'm assuming it's somewhere in Japan. I'm not sure where they're from. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I think that was kind of like their way of trying to introduce their first like relationship type talk between Reki and Langa, like especially with Reki saying like, do you enjoy being here? Like, does reminiscing being here, like, are you comfortable? Like, do you like being here? Or basically saying like, are you gonna get up and leave me? Basically, like we sitting here doing all this and you finna just get up and leave me in a couple years like you did in the past, which I thought was really romantic, you know, kind of like an undertone of establishing the relationship between Reki and Langa. So I enjoy everything about this episode. I think they're very cute. I like their character designs. Oh, and then the green character and the pink character, I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with their names right now. They just barely introduced them, but they haven't like introduced them. Like they gave them like a maybe 10-second scene with each other, and I like their rivalry, and I really like the colors. And then when they showed up, because we seen them in the first episode too, so finally showing them the parallels with them, the guy with the green hair being really buff and the guy with the pink hair being very feminine, and them being catty. I seem like that's like really a big thing in the Omegaverse, like between relationships and things. And I really like the pink guy's skateboard, and the guy in the green hair, he was just like, first of all, let me find their name so I won't say the pink and green guy. So the pink hair guy is named Karo Sakurayashiki. Well, I probably butchered that. But anyway, I think he's beautiful. I love the name of his skateboard and like the AI that's in it or whatnot. It's called Carla. And when he had hit the curve or whatever, he was like, isn't it skating so fun when you have the calculations correct? And the green hair guy named Kojiro, he was like, man, sometimes you don't need all that. Sometimes you just need a feeling. And he had did like this big trick on like the mountain, and I thought that jump was so like lit. So like I can't wait to like get into the next episode. I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoy the way they explain the characters. I love the way that they're storytelling about how Langa is properly learning how to skateboard, and showing their lives outside of the competition basically, and how they're introducing Shadow, the villain, or the antagonist technically. So Shantastic Gang, let me know what you feel about episode 2 of Skate to the Infinity. And we're going to go ahead and get into the rest of this series, honey. I owe y'all a couple episodes. It's been a couple days. And we're going to finish this series before December is over with. I thank you for being here. Make sure to go over to my YouTube. Make sure to leave a comment, a yellow heart, because we show love over here, okay? Make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure to follow. Tap notification bell because I post videos weekly, okay? Let me know what else you want to see, or let me know about some more episodes coming, or let me know about your favorite episode that I would be so excited to watch. And list some more BL animes. Of course, we're going to be watching Yuri on Ice, Honey Lemon Soda. You know, we finished Tadaima Okairi. We watched The Summer That Hikaru Died. We watched Spirit Impact. So I'm so excited to be watching these shows because I love anime. So I will see you all in the next one. Now, I'm also having a gameplay series over there. I'm playing Star Ocean, The Divine Force. I'm playing One Piece World Seeker. I'm playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls. And you can find all that on my YouTube. And you can find a new clip of Bleach Rebirth of Souls here on my TikTok. All right, see you in the next one officially.